War Eagle Auburn family again today on I don't know what to term this Monday, but an incredibly fulfilling at this point for me personally. Big Auburn News Monday. We are doing our second live stream of the day. Wasn't planning on doing this one, but because this is a personal victory for me, we had to hop on here and do a brief one before our regularly scheduled 8 p.m. live stream because there's going to be just too much going on that. And we need to dedicate a little bit to this particular topic. Coach Carnell Cadillac Williams has been named interim head coach for the Auburn football team after the firing of Bryan Harsin as head football coach. Now, if you want our reaction and discussion from that particular live stream, you can go check that out. It was only a few hours ago that we did that. All of the discussions and interesting points from that are available over there. We can discuss a little bit of that there, but here we are going to celebrate Carnell Cadillac Williams being named Auburn interim coach. My goodness, what a day. And as I said, I have some personal interest in this because Cadillac Williams is my favorite Auburn athlete of all time. I cannot express that enough. He is there's probably just a little personal thing. I'm a huge Cody Burns fan as well. Cody's right there, but Carnell will always be number one for me. And the fact today that he's being named interim head coach is absolutely amazing. So we would just spend just a short live stream focusing in on this. And yes, I already see some of y'all posting that as well. Some other Auburn assistant coaching decisions that have been made and staffers that have been made. We will discuss some of that as well. This will be a brief one because it is Halloween and I'm about to have trick-or-treaters coming to my house. But I do want to get this out there before our regularly scheduled live stream at 8 p.m. tonight. Do not miss it. We're going to open the phone lines to you to talk about this crazy, crazy day for Auburn football. But for now, let's celebrate it, folks. Let's start it off with this, our check-in period. Post right now where you're watching from, City, State, International. Post that right now if you can for us with a War Eagle. Please do let us know that you're watching here and make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you hit that share button, that retweet button, wherever you are watching it. Please do take part in that because it does help the stream out and helps us become a bigger and better Auburn family. Also, be sure you're subscribed here on YouTube specifically so that you can be entered in to our subscriber giveaway for a signed Auburn football. Details are listed in the description, but you must be a subscriber on YouTube. All right, let's get into this. As you can tell, I am super, super excited about this. Literally today, this is not a commentary on, again, whether it was the right decision to fire Harsin or not. You can go back to the live stream of that to discuss that, or come back tonight where we'll have more time to kind of dive into that again, I'm sure, with the discussion of the athletic director. Right now, I just want to gush that Cadillac Williams being named the interim head coach. This was one of the smartest decisions, if not the smartest decision that Auburn football could have made, in my opinion. I think there were a couple of really good options at interim head coach that you could have chosen. I think Zach Etheridge would have been a good one because it made the most sense. He was associate head coach right under Coach Harsin. It just takes the role over. So there are some questions about that I have. Why wasn't that decision made? Maybe Zach didn't want it. There was also a idea that Brad Bedell, who's no longer here now, we'll talk about that in a second, might have been the interim head coach as well, but then Carnell's name was in there. I think most people were honestly thinking that this was just fan speculation, that was really not going to amount to much because it's just kind of like one of those dream things that one of your favorite players of all time was going to be the interim head coach for your team. And I can say, finally, today, he's not the head coach, but he is the interim head coach. And I am so happy for that. There's a reason it's over here. That picture up there signed with him sits over my right shoulder every single live stream because I love this guy. I love this Auburn man, and I am so excited. Would love to hear some of y'all's impressions about it. But let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Of course, Dusty, go crazy Cadillac. If you don't think that's going to be on repeat all week, the rest of the season for me here, if the first thing when the team walks out the tunnel is not go crazy Cadillac, I will be so disappointed in the Auburn marketing department. I know they're already on it. They're going to make it probably even better than I could, but they absolutely need to have that done. I have bought my tickets. Listen, normally I kind of go into the weekend, either to buy a ticket or to, sometimes I get gifted a ticket. I went ahead and bought my tickets. I don't care where. I didn't even look where I was sitting. I went and got the cheapest ticket I could get. I'm going to be in the stadium for Carnell Cadillac Williams' first game as interim head coach. I am stoked about this. This is why I'm doing an impromptu live stream. I probably shouldn't do that. That's probably all the interim folks tell you, or the interim folks, the traditional people out there who tell you, you're overdoing it on YouTube. I don't care. That's what this channel is about just diving into the Auburn experience. And this is amazing here. Cortland, Auburn needed some excitement, and Cadillac as interim did just that. Love it. Now make Ronnie Brown the running back. Ronnie and Jason, listen, so I get it. I'm hyped too, guys, but there's a certain level I was like, all right, too much is too much. Not that I don't think they couldn't do a good job. I think Jason and Ronnie have found their roles and their place with the Auburn family post-playing here and their professional athletic careers as part of the radio broadcast team. And I couldn't be happier. So I think let's hold our horses. That's a little bit just to like fan fiction type of stuff, but Cadillac being the head coach as already an assistant coach, it's pretty interesting. Now, I don't have the figures in front of me. I don't have the traditional like hierarchy. There is always a hierarchy with assistant coaches. You would usually see Cadillac listed towards the bottom, and usually that means kind of seniority. That means kind of not necessarily who's most important, but it, uncomfortably it kind of does. So it's interesting that your interim head coach is the guy that most people would think seniority wise, experience wise wouldn't get named that. Absolutely. I'm shocked. I was told earlier today this was a possibility, probably a high possibility. I didn't believe it. I'm going to stop questioning people that tell me these things because every time I do, they're right. I'm not talking about the general public, but talking about quote unquote sources. I'm just over the moon, guys. I am over the moon that Carnell Cadillac Williams will be this season is not salvaged. Let's not operate in hyperbole. We're not going to say that everything's all right now. It is not all right now. But the fact that we as the Auburn family now are excited. If you're not excited for this as an Auburn fan, you need to check your pulse. That's all I'm going to say. There's no reason in the world anyone should have a problem with this decision other than maybe an assistant coach who wanted it, who didn't get it. Ah, my goodness. Take a sip, Kyle. I got to save some. We got one more live stream to do tonight at 8 o'clock. Don't miss it. Lots of excitement there too. All right. Let me get to this part of it. And this is included in that discussion because of the nature of an interim coach being named with a former head coach being fired. There are other things as well. Yes. The OC, Eric Keesaw, tight end coach Brad Bedell, who I was being told was a potential interim candidate, and two other coaches. Well, one of them was the recruiting coordinator, Darren Usher, I think, which I really liked what he did online. And I liked how involved he was. So I'm kind of sad to see that happen. I had them pulled up. Let me see if I can get them. Everybody on social media is sharing them now. So it's not like one person has the leg up on reporting this at this point. Okay, there they are again. Brad Larondo, manager of operations, basically. Jeff Smeding, as far as I knew a little while ago, was still employed the defensive coordinator. Drew Fabianchi, this is Justin Hokanson reporting that, who was going to be basically the operations, the overseer of everything, like of all football operations is how I understood it. He is gone too, which I find very interesting. Yes, I know that was a Harsin decision to bring that in, but I felt like that was one of those things that could stay around. Maybe that's one of the stipulations of the new AD, supposed John Cohen, to get a complete clean house here, get rid of as many as you can and still operate. I agree, James. Let's go Cadillac. Who knows Auburn football better than an Auburn great? That is fair to say. And listen, in a normal situation, does it good for us to put Cadillac in this position? Probably not. Not to take anything away from Coach Cadillac, But when you've lost basically everything, there's a very low chance that you're going to make a bowl. What the heck you got to lose? Put the man in there that's going to excite the fans. Put the man in there that's going to excite the players. There's already players celebrating, posting pictures of him. It's probably a very odd situation. So the team met about 3 p.m. Central Time, I believe, which is, I'm sure, where they were officially told the news. I don't know if Coach Harsin and staff got to meet with them, but I can only imagine the sadness that was in the room, because no matter what you think about Coach Harsin, the players, most of them probably are very sad to see him go to some extent. But can you imagine Coach Cadillac being announced in that room and the hype that happened after that? It's a real surreal day for Auburn football that I have not experienced in quite some time. Pure frustration, relief of frustration of the firing for a lot of people, and then just elation. Like I went from today being one of the more frustrating days that I've had, not because, again, I am agreeing or disagreeing with the firing, but just because of what Auburn's having to go through, to pure elation. I literally ran downstairs as soon as my wife got home, picked her up, and ran her around the house over my shoulder because I was this excited about this hire. Going to the first home game with Coach Cadillac as interim. Now, with my luck, they're going to find a coach that's ready to come in already and do things, and he won't be coaching that game. But still, I love me some Coach Cadillac. And I hope he sees all this, not just me and, other media and content creators out there doing this thing, but just the overwhelming support that I see coming from the Auburn family. This is absolutely amazing. I am so excited. It is. I just don't even know what to do with this at this point. Trying to catch up on some of y'all's commentary. I think, obviously, I've already talked about this a little bit. What about Zach? I don't know. I won't venture to say too much. You hear things that maybe sometimes that would not be a good choice. Because I can think of maybe reasons Cadillac wouldn't be a good choice, but quite frankly, I don't care because it's Cadillac right now. Does that make me a hypocrite? Yes. I don't know. I don't know anything solid, so I'm not even going to venture down that road. But what I will tell you is that I am excited. The fan base seems excited. The players, at least a lot of them posting online right now, seem excited. And I think that's all that really matters. And if Zach wanted it, I do hate it for him because he was the associate head coach. But that's interesting that didn't take place, right? I think, yes, Mike, a lot of people, were frustrated when we fired Malzahn for us not to have an Auburn guy there. They were tired of the good old boy, atmosphere and didn't want that. I've always wanted Auburn people in these type of roles. And this checks that box in so many ways. When you have nothing left to lose, shoot for the stars here in terms of making people think. Now, Tank 44, not Tank, the running back. I will disagree with this, unless this is Tank. I don't think it is. Fabianchi, however you say that, Fabianc. He's gone, but you can't say that he sucks because he's barely been here. That's such a misinformed statement. He deserves a chance after his awesomeness on the field. Absolutely. Just over the moon right now. And it seems like I haven't seen one person be upset with that. What Cadillac needs, Cadillac gets. Absolutely. Never thought I was playing against a future Auburn head coach, 20-something. There you go. I remember you telling me that you had played against Cadillac Russell. I'm thinking back personally to the years of Kyle in his adolescence, because majority of us has probably been Auburn fans our whole lives, but you didn't really start really paying attention to Auburn stuff until you got to be, in your adolescent years. And that's why Cadillac was so important to me, because he was my Bo Jackson, the guy that I latched onto, that I screamed, I keep coming up speechless on this. If you had asked 15-year-old Kyle, 13-year-old Kyle, did he ever think that he would see Cadillac as a we'll call him a head coach, even though he's interim. I, in my wildest dreams, would never. I dreamed it. I wished it. It would never happen, and it's here, folks. It is here. You would think this guy's been named head coach officially, for me at least. I agree. I think this bodes well for Coach Cadillac. Well, you could look at it two different ways, right? You could look at it as this is his swan song. What I hope is for the next head coach, whoever that be, that they see what the Auburn fans' response is to something like this. You hate him or love him, whatever. Coach Harsin saw that and kept the man on. Wasn't he the only carried over individual? Do I have that right? So that says something to you that even he recognized it. So I hope that he sees, this as the value of having Coach Cadillac. Everyone got what they wanted. You talking about in terms of Coach Cadillac? Well, I didn't want the circumstances for Coach Cadillac to be this, but I'm not complaining now in any way, shape, or form. I hate that Auburn's gotten to the point where they have to give an interim coach, and that's how Cadillac gets his first experience as being a head guy. But boy, is it special. I would work the concession undergrad and would sneak off to watch Cadillac. I bet you did. I bet you did. Now, Ryan, don't start. This is my cousin, Ryan. Don't start. Let me just have this moment. Let me just have this moment before you start messing with me. If that happened alongside this hire, I might, y'all wouldn't even see me again. I'd just be passed out here in the headquarters. It's amazing. What a day this has been, and we're not done yet, folks, I'm sure. I'm trying to follow up and see if there's anything else being reported in terms of coaching hires and fires. It really looks like the majority of what we've already discussed, Keesaw, Bedell, Ursher, however you say that, the recruiting coordinator, or the however I forget his title, Drew Fabianc, and Brad Larondo are gone. They're calling them the Boise boys, so they are gone. And wow, what a day. So will Jeff Schmedding stay around? The fact that he hasn't been announced yet, along with all that, maybe bodes well for him. We'll see. We'll find out. Let's not, if there are people that are retained that we necessarily don't like, let's not get into this whole find a new person to get on all the time. This season is not what we wanted and intended. Let's just get behind Coach Cadillac, stay with him, these players, and see what happens. You never know, right? I agree, but don't get me started on that. Yes, he is gone. We've confirmed that. And yes, Ryan, it didn't have to be this way, but if this was the way that it happened, it might be worth it, my friends. I cannot express my excitement for this enough. All right, look, we've been doing this about 20 minutes. I did want to hop on here very briefly and just talk about this particular news and stuff, because the problem is at 8 p.m. we're trying to have a live stream where we kind of focus in on the whole picture of this, of Harsin being fired, the AD being unofficially announced, because it's not come from Auburn specifically yet. I wonder if that's coming tomorrow, which means we may have to actually wait, but we're still going to do a live stream tonight where you can call in. And that is going to be an interesting one, I think, no matter what we get on tonight. But I wanted us just to spend a little time focusing in on this before everybody gets too busy with the Halloween stuff tonight and all that type of stuff. When they were at Boise, they were doing great. They deserve to be let go, though. Maybe. I don't know enough about what's going on there, but it is what it is at this point. It'd be nice, wouldn't it? It'd be really nice to see him win a few games. And yes, I did not mean that Fabianski, I don't know how you say this. Fabianich, was at Boise, but he was brought in by Coach Harsin, so he's kind of associated with that. Yeah, one of the big questions, did Will Friend get fired? I have not seen anything come through yet on that front, so we're just going to, leave it at that. So one thing that's interesting here, even though the official statement doesn't seem to have come from Auburn football as far as I know right now, it seems that Mike Leach has already confirmed. And listen, I'm not saying that we're breaking any news here, but there's a reporter from Mississippi State, Mike Leach, on his pitch to his new AD. It's a great place. So there you go. So they're even acknowledging that he's gone. So it's a foregone conclusion at this point, which is why we're going to have the 8 p.m. live stream focused around the AD, the firing / hiring, all of this, just basically state of Auburn athletics and mainly Auburn football program live stream where you can call in. I want to hear from some of y'all tonight. Tons and tons of people celebrating. Told you last night Owen was coming. Well, yeah, I mean, it's easy to say it then, but it wasn't official. And trust me, it was not official last night. What if Janoris, don't say things like, don't get me excited about things like, I literally don't think I could take that in a good way. I literally think I would just pass out if he were able to pull something out of this team and beat them in Tuscaloosa. I think the state would literally implode upon itself in a good way. My goodness. I don't even know what to make of this at this point. I'm trying to keep up with some of y'all's comments too. I'll try to keep my emotions in check about all this. Like I have gone from just depression about the state of the Auburn football program to this. Sorry, I missed. Did we talk about Cadillac? Yes, that's what this whole stream is mainly about. And then we're going to come back and talk about it some more later tonight. This could go on all week. Listen, at this rate, this is the second one today. Third one's coming up tonight. I've said it, 1,000 times, but yeah. Yeah, I did see that, Devin. That was would have been pretty awkward if he had been in the room with him there. Plot twist, he loses out. Now, listen, Ryan's he's not wrong. Here's the reality. Emotions, feeling good about this doesn't win football games. The team is still the team that it is, even with Cadillac at the helm. Now, does the change in energy, the change in maybe scheme, ideas, give them what they need to move forward? We'll find out. But yeah, it is exciting right now. Robert, we'll maybe talk about some of that tonight. And then I'm going to be doing a video putting out about analyzing that a little bit further coming on down the road here, probably tomorrow sometime. So anyway, all right, look, last minute comments and questions, get them in right now. Make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you are subscribed so you are entered into our subscriber giveaway that is exclusively on YouTube. For those of you on Facebook that are on Twitter watching, come on over here. Once we hit a certain number of subscribers, we're going to be giving away a signed Auburn football. Details are in the description. If you're on YouTube as well, you can consider being a channel member, a Booster Club member, but you don't have to do any of those things. Those are just ways that you can help support, keep the lights on. So Kyle has the opportunity to come on here and gush nonstop about Cadillac Williams being named Auburn interim coach. So excited about all of these things. The coaches had to see it coming with all the news here lately. Glad for Cadillac. Absolutely. Does the instability cause more players to leave? To me, this is a sign of stability being found because you've gotten rid of the guy that was, by all accounts, causing the instability. Well, we're going to lose recruits. We're going to lose some more football games. But it sure doesn't feel like it right now. No, he did not sign the ball. That thing would be over in a heartbeat if that's what it was. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I got trick-or-treaters that are wanting to be here. Happy Halloween to you. Come back tonight here on YouTube especially. I know we put it out there for you guys on Facebook and Twitter, but come on over here. Be a subscriber. This is now a fun time again to be following Auburn stuff nonstop. You guys are the best little family within the Auburn family, and I appreciate you all so much for sticking with me throughout today, for the firing live stream, for the hiring live stream of the interim coach, and more tonight. We're going to have some fun. Please do come back and call in at 8 p.m. Eastern time on Halloween night. Until we talk to you guys again, we appreciate you being here, and we're